Welcome back. All right, we're beginning the week, as always, with a royal roundup with our royal insider, Patricia Treble. Hey, Patricia.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, plans are underway for a state funeral for the late Brian Mulroney. Let's talk about the relationship Brian Mulroney had with the royal family, and if you expect a member of the royal family to come to the funeral.
So let's do that first. I think they're still trying to figure out the plans. They're trying to mesh schedules from world leaders around the world. So I think if it works, then yes, we'd have a royal there. Whether it works or not, I don't know, because it's a long trip over. And as for his relationship, I mean, he was Prime Minister for 9 years, and those were 9 really rather critical years in Canada. And for the royals, there were massive tours. People forget, I mean, Andrew and Fergie's tour, 87, 25 days. I mean, massive crowds. I mean, so, and he was always there. He was always kind of at the, right at the elbow. But especially he had a really close relationship with the Queen. And there were 2 things that kind of have stuck in my mind. And the first was that they formed the most unlikeliness of teams when she backed his efforts to have sanctions against the apartheid regime in South Africa. And I'm going to say probably the highlight of the Commonwealth, because what they did, changed South Africa forever. And she was really, the 2 of them were working in tandem. And the second was when she came in 1990. It's one of those trips that people have kind of forgotten about, but I was there. And she was there for Canada Day, Parliament Hill, July 1st, it's the standard sort of thing. But it wasn't, because we were in the middle of a constitutional crisis. The Meech Lake Accord had just been rejected, and the whole country was in turmoil. And she had this amazing speech. I wanted to listen to the speech. And she talks about not being a fair weather friend, that she'll be with Canada through thick or thin. And then she came down into the crowd, and I remember all of a sudden, both of them are there. I took one picture and had to wait for the film to be developed, and it was a great picture. You see, right behind the Queen, there is Brian Mulroney.
Yeah, I think, can we flash that photo up again just quickly that Patricia took of that moment? Because I tried. Is that Brian Mulroney?
Oh, it absolutely is. I totally recognize him. So, but it was just one of those things that the Prime Minister is always there with the monarch, but they had a very good, close relationship.
Mm-hmm. And so much so, I believe Mulroney, when he joined us on the show when the Queen died, he mentioned that quote, the fair weather friend. And I mean, we asked him to join us because he had so many moments, historic moments with her, and they had quite the relationship.
They had quite the relationship. I mean, the first time they met was when he had just been elected, huge landslide. It was 84. She's on a tour. They're meeting, I think, in Moncton, New Brunswick. And Prince Philip just looks at him and says, we're pouring martinis for him and the Queen. Like, do you want a drink? He's like, no, I'll just take a soda right now. And I'm thinking, I would be so nervous to do that. But it just kind of broke the ice. I mean, and what the late Queen always liked, what the royals like, is people who are simply relaxed, because everyone just gets so stiff around them. And Brian Mulroney, if there's anything he could do, he could talk to people. He knew how to talk to everyone, and that was one of his great skills.
All right. Meantime, after filling in for the King, Queen Camilla is set, we understand, to take a holiday this week. Do we know what this is about, where she is headed, and who's in charge now?
Okay. King's in charge, no worries. She always takes the beginning of March off. She always takes this week off. So she does a whole bunch of engagements and always takes this week off. She's with her family because, of course, she's got children of her own. She's got grandchildren. This is kind of a standing sort of thing. We're going to see her back again. Lots of royals are going to be out and about this week. We'll see her back next Monday. It's the big Commonwealth service, and she is leading the royal family in that. So have no fear.
Okay. All right. Lot of talk about Kate's health.
Oh, yeah.
And it's ranging. It's anything and everything.
It is social media, especially royal social media, can be just a swamp of conspiracy theories. It has always been that way. And right now, the bottom is being dredged up. It's simply because she's been out of the public eye for so long. And so people are making up these crazy ideas. And I emphasize, they are just theories. They're ranging from the absolute vile to the kind of funny. Somebody said the reason she's out of the public eye is that she had a Brazilian butt surgery that went wrong.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of crazy. Look, the palace finally had to say, look, the guidance that we gave at the beginning when they revealed she had the operation still holds. We'll tell you if anything changes. You'll see her after Easter. We might, though, get a sneak peek because Sunday is Mother's Day in UK, and usually there is a photo released of Kate and the kids. So we'll see. Otherwise, everyone's just going to have to suffer through in silence and wait until after Easter.
All right. Meantime, speaking of royal health news, some good news on the health front when it comes to Sarah Ferguson.
This is great news. So she had breast cancer last year. And when they were doing surgery, they tested some moles, came back with melanoma, which is a very serious skin cancer. Apparently, it has not spread. So no further treatment, is kind of just a watch and wait sort of thing. Keep an eye on everything. But she's been really promoting the fact that everyone needs to check themselves, especially for skin cancers, and really do that preventative medicine.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.